What's happening? And welcome back to another fabulous episode of Vlogging for My Sanity. Forgive me, I can't find my matches right now. 2 seconds. Calm down, vibe for a minute. I was trying to rush you. You know, see, this is not a place where you rush. Because if you rush over here, you're going to miss something. And if you miss something over here, it could be the shit. It could be the one thing that might change your life. Well, at least that's how I live life. I had to slow down a long time ago because all that rushing shit, that's so bad. That is so bad. I get why people do that though. I definitely wholeheartedly understand why people do that though. But then it leaves you in a dilemma. It leaves you in a catch-22. Do you want to get the information or do you want to retain the information? Because it's one thing to get information, but it's like, are you able to like understand it? Like, are you able to apply it? Are you able to do something with it that's tangible? And when you think in the terms of a short attention span,
to be in our HPV vaccination ad.
not really.
Like you?
You know, but
If you sexually active and
I digress.
it could still be you.
I do apologize.
If you're
Nah.
For most people, HPV for those who don't get the virus.
I need to go out here and mess with my plants because the wind is blowing and they doing too much, which brings me to my next point. How y'all doing today? First of all, I want to say I appreciate each and every one of you weirdos that sit here and watch me talk about shit that be going on with me, because I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Y'all are the reason that I'm able to keep going with a whole bunch of other stuff. Now, with that being said, because I don't want to lose my train of thought, because my brain works in very weird ways, and I don't want to forget what I was finna talk about. There's 2 things that I want to talk about. First of all, my bad, my mom wants to take it to me. First of all, I want to give a special shout out to, I don't want to say his whole name because you know how people are, but Nathan, I appreciate you. First person who's ever donated to the cause. He sent me something randomly. I was not expecting it, and the crazy part about it is I was actually kind of in need anyway. So I definitely want to give a special shout out to my boy. I appreciate you for that. That was like, that's really kind of the reason why I kind of decided to talk about what I'm finna talk about today. You know, so this episode is for you, my friend. Shoot. So, as I'm moving forward, you know what I'm saying, and doing this, I think the last thing that Nate said to me, you know, when he had messaged me about, you know, about the donation and stuff, and he was saying that I need to keep being me, you know, and I think that's very important when you're doing what you got to do. So let me get to the point. I'm saying all of that to say because I was going through reading my comments and stuff while I was actually working on freestyling as well, which is why you was hearing music in the background. Well, instrumentals in the background, because I was working on some music. And as I was working on some music, I was going through my phone and just different pages and stuff like that, comments and stuff, because everything gives me inspiration. I genuinely feel like I can't run out of inspiration. You hush. I genuinely be feeling like I can't run out of inspiration because I be feeding off so many things. I always got something to talk about or do or look forward to or whatever the case may be. It's always something going on. My plants are doing really well, by the way. So as I'm going through my phone or whatever, I was reading my comments, some of the comments on one of my videos, and this one guy, he left this really, really long paragraph. He commented like twice. He left like two long ass fucking paragraphs that I genuinely had to like talk to my ADHD. It was like, hey, this looks important, so we might have to like calm down and see what's going on over here. Cause I genuinely have a hard time sitting still and reading and paying attention to shit. So, but I will if I feel like it's important. And it was long as hell, so I felt like it was important. Cause don't nobody do all that goddamn writing for no reason. So I'm reading what he's saying, right? And he's basically just giving me a whole bunch of like tips and tricks on, you know, how I can pretty much better organize, I guess, the video. I'm assuming he was talking about what I was talking about in the video, because I make so many videos at a time. Sometimes I don't really, I'm gonna go back and look at it and see for sure probably what he was alluding to. But a lot of the stuff that he was saying as I was reading it, I'm like, this has gotta been the first time he's ever watched me. Because a lot of stuff he's saying, I've talked about all of this. Like, I have a whole playlist where I'm just talking about plant shit. Like, because he was saying you should better organize like what you're talking about or what you're doing. And as he was saying that, I'm like, I do. You must not have really went through anything to see. Which is why you should add context to things, but that's also why you should be your authentic self, because my response to him was more so that I kind of understood where he was coming from, because that's kind of how my brain works. It sounds erratic. It sounds like shit be all over the place. All over the place. See what I'm talking about? See how my brain be doing too much? Which is why I had to start vlogging for my sanity in the first place. This is a diary for my thought process, for me. It's really not per se to be entertaining per se, because I do so many other things. So for me, that's what it turned into. Like, I genuinely was going through something that was like so traumatic for me that I was finna snap, and I didn't know what else to do. So I picked up a camera and I just started talking. Because I knew I needed to. It was a long process that led up to that. It wasn't just I just picked up a camera and just started talking. But you would kind of know more about the journey if you had watched every episode in totality, which I could see how that wouldn't really be entertaining. But then again, the more I've done this, the more I realized that I really wasn't trying to be entertaining per se. Because everything he was saying, it's like I knew all of that stuff already. Not that I didn't appreciate the points and the tips. I do appreciate it. I definitely did. But it's like I knew that, and that's not what this was for, which is what made me so grateful for what Nathan said, which was continue to be yourself. Because my whole point of doing everything was like, this is me being myself. It's weird, it's erratic, it's all over the place. Like, sometimes I'll talk about my music shit, sometimes I'll talk about what I'm doing as being a rapper, sometimes I'll randomly, like, it's a video that I don't think I posted it yet, but it's a video I might, who knows, because it should be erratic. Like, it's a video where I was walking in the morning doing a vlog like we normally do, and then it turned into a side mission that turned into a whole other thing. And because I'm vlogging, the word vlog for me popped in my head at the time while I was doing everything, and I was like, shit, I'm not gonna cut the camera off, I'm gonna just keep talking, I'm gonna just let it go. And you know what I'm saying? And to me, that's just as interesting as a person who literally just sat here and watched Streamer University from beginning to end. Like, I know there's other people in the world who will sit and watch that for whatever reason, whether they relating to what I'm doing, or whether I blow up tomorrow and, you know what I'm saying, all of a sudden they want to know the story, so somebody gonna go back and look at all of the videos in full. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if you were to tomorrow see me standing next to Casanet, or you saw me standing next to Beyonce, or you saw me standing next to the president for some odd reason, which I don't know about all of that, but you know what I'm saying? If you just saw me tomorrow next to somebody really important, every single video that I've made would now be super important. You feel what I'm saying? And for me, it was just a diary of my thought process, because I didn't want to snap and turn into a bad person. You know what I'm saying? It was like I needed some way to get my thoughts out, and as you can see, which is why dude had so much to say, my brain be all over the place. Like, cause he had a point. For him to try to like say, this is what you need to do. Yeah, I know that. Like, but that's why I needed to get it out. You know what I'm saying? which is why I explained it to him like that. I'm like, well, if you go to my page, what you're saying is kind of already done. My page is organized like that. Like, if you don't want to hear me talk and you just want to look for music, the music is there. Like, if you want to, you know what I'm saying, just be entertained by little thought processes that I have here and there, I got a bunch of YouTube shorts you can go through if you want to do that. Plant shit on there, me talking shit is on there, jokes is on there, you know what I'm saying. I have a playlist for plants, you know what I'm saying. I have a playlist for the vlogs, you know what I'm saying. The vlogs just got bigger and I started doing more because they're vlogs, but I'm vlogging for my sanity, so they're gonna be vlogs about what's going on in my head, and it be a lot going on in my head. So, but the organization is there. I get what he's saying though. I'm not saying that like I disagree with what he's saying. I just understand why he was saying it. And then, like I said, to Nathan's point, to continue to be yourself, that made for an excellent video for me. Because it's like, shit, that's me being myself, me talking about how I felt about that, and even being conflicted because somebody donating something. First of all, that's the first time that anybody's ever like just gave me something just for being myself. Well, nah, I can't say that. I guess a stranger on the internet. Yeah, I can say a stranger that I've never met in real life. As far as me putting content out there, you know what I'm saying? Because like, as far as, I don't think anybody's ever like paid me to do any music. I don't think. Nah, not really. Nah, not really. Not in a significant way that I would recognize off the top of my head, where somebody was like, hey, I'm gonna do this for you because I like this song, or let me pay for this, or let me do that. Yeah, that's never happened, ever. No, that doesn't happen, I don't think. Not based off of music. So for me, that was like my first, you know, I guess payment of being a content creator. So I kind of took it. So it was like really, it was like a really special moment, kind of, for real. And it really made me do a lot of thinking because, you know, he also made a statement about, you know, sowing seed. We kind of like sowing, I ain't gonna say exactly what he said, I'm abbreviating for myself, but he was saying in the instance of like sowing seeds or just paying it forward, or, you know what I'm saying, something to that effect, where, you know, when you donate or when you give to something that you believe in, blah 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 blah, something to that effect. But for me, the reason why it stuck out like that is because I was caught between the catch-22, right? I understood what he was saying as far as like paying it forward and, you know, just blessing people in so many words. He didn't say any of this. All of this, I'm paraphrasing. I'm not saying exactly what he said. But because my brain is erratic and I be forgetting shit. But anywho, I do remember feeling like, okay, so now here I am again. I've just gotten randomly blessed again because I really did need that money. I really did. I ain't gonna lie to you. Niggas is a little fucked up right here. But we getting it together. I just don't like harping on being broke. That's why I always try to be like more motivational with shit. Unless I'm like having a bad day, then I just tell y'all about it because I am vlogging for my sanity. See how that makes sense? But you know, like I said, being torn between it because, like I said, here I am blessed again, right? I'm blessed. I'm getting a blessing that I didn't expect, random as fuck, came out of nowhere, you know what I'm saying? And it is something I needed. Now, the last time this happened, like I told y'all on the last video, I don't know if I posted it yet, but I was having a bad day because, you know what I'm saying, I had loaned somebody some money. It wasn't even a large amount of money. And then all of a sudden, here people go with this fucking David Blaine hocus pocus disappearing act. And that shit be pissing me off when niggas do that. That's irritating as hell. So, but what made me even more mad and kind of disappointed in myself was because I did it in good faith, thinking that, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna get that back because I'm in a situation, right? Cool. So because I didn't get it back, that's what led to me being upset. Because it was like, come on, I was like disrespectful. We had a conversation, especially with people that usually do that. Because 9 times out of 10 when I do that, I done had a conversation with somebody. We done did, you know what I'm saying? We done talked about when it happened to us, XYZ, and all of a sudden people turn around and do the same shit to me. That's what be weird to me. It ain't that like people randomly do it. It's like I literally just had a conversation with this individual about that thing happening, and then they did it to me. That's weird. So that's what be pissing me off. So now here I am again, needing this money, but also thinking of ways that I could pay it forward or maybe forgive people, because now the same people who done fucked me over are in my ear again, trying to get back at it again. And this time, I'm really having to tell myself, you know what, even though I do want to pay it forward and I do feel like now I'm in a little bit of a better position where I can kind of make something shake, I no, it's kind of a no for me. Like, and it kind of almost feels wrong to say no, because again, it's more, I'm thinking so more on the aspect of trying to pay it forward. But for me, it's got to be a no, because it's going to be like, all right, how many times is this lesson going, like, how many times you going to run into this lesson and then do the same thing, hoping that a better outcome is going to happen? Like, that's the definition of insanity to me. Like, I'm not a bad person. It's not like I'm trying to be ignorant towards these people, but it's like I can't keep letting somebody snatch my blessing away from me. Like, that's just not okay. Like, I don't even think that's kind of goes back to what I mean as far as like, don't give away being nice, make somebody earn it. Because to me, if I'm being honest, I put out quite a few, to what dude was saying, I put out quite a few videos before I got to the point where somebody felt like they cared enough about what I was doing to give me anything. You know what I'm saying? I've done quite a bit of videos. You feel what I'm saying? So to me, that would be the work. That would be the equivalent to me, because I did a lot of things to get to that point. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it was just like I deserve that just because, you know what I'm saying? It's like work that has to go in that, which made me want to do this, which is be more authentic, tell y'all exactly how I was feeling, continue to vlog for my sanity, continue to be myself, because he's absolutely right. This man literally decided to give me something because he just believed in me being my authentic self. So who am I to sit up here and be like, you know what, something is wrong with my authentic self, I should fix that. I knew that already. We've been talking about this whole time. We've been talking about this. Like, so, you know, I have to put stuff in perspective, and you should do that too. If you caught everything that I was trying to say up until this point, which is exactly what I was saying at the beginning, you can't rush shit. You got to slow down. You got to wait till you catch the gym. The gym is right here, fam. If you care anything about content creating, then you would have gotten all the way to this point to figure out what it was, because that's what it's all about, patience. Everything is about patience. If you keep trying to think that you gotta hurry up and grab people in the first 30 seconds, then you're never even gonna get to the point where your first 30 seconds matters. Because this is a vlog. If I wanted the first 30 seconds to matter, I'd have clipped what I just said and cut that and put it on a YouTube short, and that would have made you come to the vlog, which means you'd have been looking for this the whole time, which means you'd have sat there and watched it. Bro, come on now, I know what I'm doing, son. But I need the people to speak. Like, because think about this, we wouldn't even be having this conversation if dude hadn't said nothing at all. You feel what I'm saying? So we need the commentary. We need people to like talk and explain where the flaws at and how we need to break down. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why your fans and who you talking to are very, very, very important. Both of those people. You know what I'm saying? The dude that was trying to help me, which he did because he gave us another episode, and Nathan, which he did because he gave us a more depth to the episode, more context to the episode. You feel what I'm saying? So, with that being said, now I'm finna jump to some other shit because my brain fucked up, and and I've been told y'all this. So if you here to see me make sense, then you on the wrong goddamn channel. We talking about plants now. Now we talking about my plants. Cause check me out though. Look at that shit. Look. Hold on. Hey, look. So I put this half an onion. So I had an onion in the refrigerator, right? It was going bad, right? It was all soggy and shit. So I cut that motherfucker in half because it was growing roots at the bottom of it. Because normally when you do that, when you see your onions doing that shit in the refrigerator, you throw that shit away, right? Hell no. I ain't throwing that shit away. I put that shit in some motherfucking water. I put that motherfucker in a cup of water. Hold on, I'm trying to get my peas stand up right. Because this motherfucker act like it be wanting to do the most. But so check me out though. I put my, I put the onions in the water, right? And look at it. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Look at that motherfucker growing. You see that? Hold on. I gotta, hold on. You see that motherfucker straight growing? That bitch straight growing. Yeah, it's growing an onion out the top. Look at that. That was not there at first. It was just, I had just cut it out the refrigerator. And now it's growing more onions out there, motherfucker. I just put the half an onion in the water. So don't say I ain't never taught you nothing. Say you ain't got the patience to learn. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's how you go use some more onions, you feel me? Your onions go bad, put that shit in some motherfucking water. Put that shit in a windowsill. You don't have to put that shit outside. It just need to be somewhere where the sun at. I don't think, not for the onions. I just like my shit outside. Cause I feel like, because I got the whole page, I grow natural with no lights. So, that's what I be showing y'all on that. Yeah, it's a whole page dedicated to that shit. Go over there if you want to see about the plants. I got a whole playlist. Everything that I talk about on my vlogs, if you want to know about anything in depth specifically, is all in the playlist. I have interviews in playlists that you can go watch of me as rapper. I'm just talking rapper shit. People have interviewed me as a rapper. Yeah, so, I have music where you can just go listen to the music. You don't have to sit here and listen to me talk about nothing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I have music. What else I got on there? I got interviews. I got music. I got the vlogs. I got the plant shit. Oh, I started a podcast. So me and my homie started a podcast. And it's kind of sporadic too. It's not really up to par as well. But shit, I'm just, man, look. Another reason why I do this is because I don't like the excuses that people make that you gotta have it like this, you gotta have that. Like, I had microphones and I had put the microphone head in the fucking washing machine on accident, and I gotta buy another one. But on top of that, you know what I'm saying, somebody had broke in my house, and then my car broke down, and then some other shit happened, and all of this stuff that you would know if you was watching from the beginning. But it's a bunch of shit that's been going on. So, so I'm doing the best I can, but at the same time, the whole point of me doing this also is consistency, giving people value and showing them what consistency looks like, whether it takes too long or whether I only get a handful of views, because I don't care about none of that right now. Like, I mean, I do, I'm aware of it, but I know how to do all of that. Certain shit is for certain shit, and the vlogging for my sanity is the honest, like, that's the safe space for me to be honest with my fans, and for me to sit here and like talk to them and they understand where where I'm coming from. That's for like the real people. That's like, when I do get like super big, they be like, bro, I remember that nigga when he was like doing this shit by himself with just a camera, and he ain't had no microphone, and he ain't had no this, that, and the other. And that's why I'm doing this right now, and that's why I'm being consistent. Because I know how to do it. Like, everything I know how to do, bro. I went to school for business management and marketing. Like, I know how to do all of that shit. Like, but I have mental health issues. I have real life mental health issues. And it doesn't work like that on a day-to-day. So I decided to show you what it actually looks like on a day-to-day. Whether it's entertaining every day or not, bro, it's not going to be entertaining every day. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of me doing all of this. Because it's not going to fucking be entertaining every day. Like, every day, it's not going to be exciting. Every day, it's not going to be turn up. When you're a rapper, entrepreneur, content creator, all of that shit, whatever it is you're trying to be, every day it's not going to be a fucking ball. That's why I got some vlogs that like do have a lot of views, because it was some days shit was turned up, and there was some days where shit wasn't going on. Shit. So, but being, like Nathan told me, being my authentic self is, how you get people to believe in you enough to like spend their money with you. Because to me, that's crazy. Like, for people to want to spend their money on you.
Hi. You are currently being recorded.
But that's why you respond to the comments too. That's why you speak on certain things. That's why you do acknowledge people, because people leaving comments is just important. I mean, I don't think it's as important as the people who are like funding the dream. That's why it's like, yeah, we're probably going to listen to the Nathans more. We're going to listen to, that dude. But at the same time, that doesn't make what he's saying any less important. You don't minimize what people are saying like that just because that's how you get greedy and you start getting caught up in the money. Because then then what you do is you only do stuff for when people do give you money, and that's how you get, that's how you'll get caught up. Because then people will start throwing money at you so fast that you will start making bad decisions, because you're just looking at how fast the money coming at you, and then now you done afforded a lifestyle that you can't necessarily afford because you got a lot going on. You got all this money moving and all this, that, and the other. Fucking squirrels. I'ma murder them. I'ma murder them all, I promise y'all. But yeah, so anywho, that was a good talk. Y'all. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Like I said, I hope nothing I said came off as like offensive or like I like I like gave a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, I appreciate people. Like, I don't like give a fuck enough to be like mad. I just don't want people to think I be mad about nothing. Cause I know I come off like real snippy. I am a Capricorn. So I know I come off like a dick. I already know that. I know I come off like an asshole. So that's why I be trying to add context and shit when I talk to people. Cause I already know how I come off. They come off like, this nigga think he know everything. Yeah, I know. I've heard that a million times. So, but you know, I understand that the world is moving fast and you gotta hurry up and say shit and all that and the other, blah, blah, blah. But that's not how I don't think that's how you like build a lifestyle that's gonna like sustain your life authentically if you want to be a content creator. Like, you gotta, not at least, especially not today, because everybody full of shit. So you can't do that these days because everybody's so full of shit. Like, you gotta kind of be yourself. Because people quick to, I don't know, for me, I can tell when people start being full of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, my last video, my last highest viewed YouTube video, well, YouTube short, was that little video I did about solo leveling. Oh my God, I think that video is so funny because every time I look at it like it's not me. Like, this would be funny if I saw somebody else do this. Like, this is funny as hell, which to me helps me with more of the content creating shit. Like, I mean, bro, I'm trying to tell y'all, I low key, I really do know what I'm doing. I mean, I appreciate every single one of y'all, but I really do know what I'm doing. I just have mental health issues. And when you like a regular person with mental health issues, you're not related, your cousin ain't somebody rich and famous or whatever. Like, I'm like a regular person. I have both my parents. That's the highest achievement that I have, like, in my life. Like, there's nothing like super. I mean, that is super spectacular for sure. Yeah, absolutely. But it ain't no like Hollywood shit where you gonna find out like Andre 3000 is like my second cousin or some shit like that. Absolutely not, nigga. No, I just blessed to have both my parents. That's it. That's about it. That's all I got for y'all. Don't make me any less crazy. They didn't help me go through anything better and worse, whatever. Niggas still be going through shit. I'm still a decent human being. You know what I'm saying? Still give a fuck about how people feel. Well, I give a fuck about people who care about how the fuck I feel. Don't be coming to me all fucking sideways and expect me to give a fuck about how the fuck you feel. We ain't doing that. That's what we not doing. Because that's how the internet will get you. The internet will make you think that they give a fuck about how you feel, and then as soon as you tell them, like, hey, bro, like, that's a lie. Like, my mental health is this. And they be like, fuck you. It's like, wait a minute now. We not doing that. That's why you got to have a community. That's why you got to have a real community. Because the people that fuck with me, you know what I'm saying, they understand that. They understand that. I'm worried about this dirt because it's starting to look a little dry, but it's supposed to rain today. I know what rain clouds look like, and it's definitely gonna rain today. Yeah, it's definitely gonna rain today for sure. But you know what? I think I'm gonna leave it. I think I'm gonna leave it right there. But before we go, I'm gonna show y'all the rest of the plants because I haven't dropped any of the new how to grow with lights videos recently. I got a few stored up for y'all, but I haven't done any recently, so you know, so that way y'all still get a glimpse of shit, just in case you don't want to jump around through the other playlists or actually look for some shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't want you to actually have to jump around, because you know what I'm saying, some people just like what they like. Sometimes the vlogging people don't want to be all in the how to grow. Maybe they don't want to grow weed and plants and all that other shit. They just want to check in time to time. You know what I'm saying? They just want to check in. But anywho, yeah. This is what everything look like right now. Yeah. If y'all can see that, I hope y'all can see that, because I can't see because the sun is in my eyes, so I can't see a damn thing. But this is what's going on. This is how we feeling. This is how we looking. Yeah.
Hi. You are currently being recorded.
Yeah. I got some trimming to do. I got some more shit down here. Yeah, I got that down there. And then, you know. Yeah, as you can see, I got some trimming to do. I just cleaned up my yard and shit, so But that is the 30-minute mark, so I'm not gonna keep y'all for too long. I think because I do think the shorter videos do better than the really longer videos, unless there's something really going on and you really just want to see what the fuck is going on. Another reason why I'm trying to do more vlogging and shit, I forgot about that. Then I'm gonna let y'all go, my bad. But Twitch, I'm finna start streaming on Twitch, and I want to start getting used to sitting in front of a camera and just talking. So that's another reason why my shit is a little erratic like that, because that's kind of a good way to interact when you on Twitch, because you live, is people sitting right there, like they just hopping on, seeing what you doing currently. And sometimes, most of the time for me, they kind of want to feel like they there. So you talking to people and just being engaged with people and stuff like that, it helps for those random moments that somebody just hopped in your shit and they don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, if you already in mid-conversation, 9 times out of 10, they gonna sit and listen to what the fuck you talking about, for the most part. And if they fuck with what you're saying, then they'll sit there and finish, if they fuck with what you're saying, which is kind of what you want anyway. You don't want nobody to sit there that don't really give a fuck about what you're talking about, no way. At least that's what I think. That's my personal opinion. Anywho, other than that, I will holler at y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna holler at y'all later, because I ain't really got shit else going on. So I'll see y'all on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Peace.